We're unmuted. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back. We're live for another episode of Make the Right Play. It's been a little bit of a whirlwind here. About 10 minutes ago, before the show started, YouTube is down. The entire country is going crazy because I guess the platform of YouTube is not working. So they're trying to figure out what's going on here. But the show goes on. We're here. We're live on Rumble right now. We're live on X. We're still, technically, we're still live on YouTube whenever that decides to figure itself out. But as always, we have the coach on my left here, fresh back from her trip to New York City. We're going to get into that in a little bit. We got Yabui behind the camera, making everything sound good for us, making everything work for us. Shout out Yabui and Yabui Media for all your media needs in the Pensacola area. And Coach, you're back. You're fresh off the plane. You just got off the plane this afternoon. You're ready to rock and roll. You're ready to get to it. Coach, how was your trip to New York? What's going on?
Okay, so my trip was actually wonderful.
Wonderful.
I went to the Napa Institute Eucharistic Procession in New York City.
Yep.
This is the 5th anniversary, so I'm surprised that they must have done it in 2020 if it's the 5th anniversary.
I think when I looked up like videos of it, it seemed like they've done it like every year, but it's just like not very well publicized and everything, I guess. I don't know.
Well, they said it was the 5th anniversary, but the one thing that I have never before noticed... Well, the one thing that's never happened to me before.
And what's that?
There were 3 cardinals at the Mass yesterday.
Really?
So we had 3 cardinals. We had a bunch of bishops.
Yep.
So we got to the church like around 2:30, and I got one of these scarves. It was like Yankee Hat Day, but I got a scarf with the Blessed Mother. It's so beautiful. So I was very excited about that.
All right. You got your scarf?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And then we were there till about 6:30.
You were there till 6:30.
Yeah,
when
so
did the event start?
4 hours. It started officially at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
But honestly, it was fantastic. And there was a very special guest. I kept saying a special guest, a special guest, a special guest. I was hoping it was Father Mike Schmidt, right?
You love
Father
Mike Schmidt.
It was the actor.
Bob, one of your podcasts.
Yes. Hello, my name is Father Mike Schmidt, and you're listening to, it's like one of my favorite podcasts.
You love it. You love it.
But the actor from The Chosen was there.
Yes, he was.
Jesus, the actor himself, was there. And the crowd went wild. And I was so disappointed.
You didn't seem too excited about it.
They were so excited. And I was like, I want Father Mike Schmidt. I can't believe it's Jesus.
From the show The Chosen.
Yeah, so show a picture.
Let's show it. So let's show it's clip 21. And this is him speaking at the podium. This is Jesus Christ himself alongside Jesus Christ himself on the altar. And, he's speaking to the crowd here. And Coach, you just, what was it? You just weren't that interested in him here?
Well, he's from Long Island, apparently. And it was very exciting. But then when they started the procession, I guess because he was like in the front row, he got to go right behind.
Right behind the cardinal?
Yeah, carrying the Eucharist. And he was crying. He was like moved to tears.
Well, you would think he would go like in the front. I mean, he's, right behind Jesus, on the cross. He's the guy.
Well, yeah, he is the guy. So he was right behind the cardinal.
Yeah.
And he was crying, and I was crying. I cried so much at
Let's show 22 as well, Yabui. Let's show 22, because you got a picture of him on the TV, because you were far enough back. Were you watching it most on the TV, or did you watch it?
Mostly on the TV.
Mostly on the TV. Okay, so it really was like you were at a sports game.
It was. I mean, St. Patrick's Cathedral is gigantic.
Yeah.
So, and it's so funny because, the regular parishioners all got to sit, in the front of the church and the Catholic schools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we got to at least sit in the middle. So we were in the back, but at least we were in the middle of the church. So it was exciting. I had such a great time. But then, like, when we went outside, it was like a madhouse. And, like, people were just, like, jumping in. And then they had, like, they started giving out, like, these flags. Not the organizers, these other people.
Really?
And I was like, I'm not touching those flags. I don't know if they
Who was handing out the flags?
I have no idea. That's why I wouldn't touch them.
Yeah.
But then people showed up with those big flags, and the flags had prayers, which I thought was helpful for the people who don't know how to pray. So then we're going, and show the march. Let's show the march.
All right, let's show it. So let's go clip 20 here, and this is Coach on the streets, walking with Christ.
The song was in Spanish, which I liked.
You did like that.
Well, and they sang English, just, Spanish and English.
Who was singing it? Was it Bad Bunny?
Well, you know what's so funny? Well, it's like, I guess they were preparing us. We have, what did you say, 4 months?
They were giving like a little prequel.
But you know what's so funny? It was these guys, right? With like these speakers attached to their backs. They show up out of nowhere, and they like go right next to the procession.
Yep.
I have to say, at first I thought they were Muslims. So I see them and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then like they start playing the music and I'm like, okay, thank God they're not like going to attack us or whatever.
Right. You're not getting blown up here.
Yeah, so I felt good. But then even after the walk, even Gabriel goes, Mom, man, those guys scared me. At first I thought they were Muslims. And I was like, I know they did. Like they look like
They look like it was like
backpacks and they're running, but it was speakers in the backpacks.
Yeah.
And then even the priest said, we have a lot of NYPD here, and don't worry, we're gonna be safe.
Yeah.
And we're shutting down the city. And they shut down the city. Like people couldn't cross the street. And it was amazing because like even people would come out of their office buildings and they were moved to tears and they were like crying and like it really, you could feel the Holy Spirit. And I was praying like, for our ancestors' souls and everybody who was in New York, like, because we've been there since the beginning. So it was good. And the homilies were amazing because they were done by cardinals.
They were good homilies.
Oh, fantastic.
Not written, looking at a binder and, nothing of that sort.
Maybe they did, because I think one guy brought his laptop up there.
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit bringing up the laptop up there.
Yeah,
you can't be doing that if you're a cardinal. I think that's some BS. What's up with that?
I thought it was fantastic. Listen, I'm not going to complain because I thought all the homilies were really good.
Yeah, but the homily, you got to speak from the heart.
Gabriel, at the end, he goes, Mom, you really didn't explain to me what I was signing up for. I was at church for 4 hours.
It's a little bit misleading. You think you're just, we're going to walk with Christ together and call it a day. Hey, great job, guys.
People just show up for the walk. Like, they don't go to the mass.
Right.
They don't do, but you know me. I wanted to go. I wanted to
pray.
You
wanted to ride it out the whole way.
I needed to.
The pregame prayer. You're all about the pregame prayer.
Yeah, so I had the pregame prayer. Then we had the mass. Then we had the walk. And then after the walk, we had the benediction with Cardinal Dolan, which was exciting.
With the laptop.
No, he didn't have a laptop, Cardinal Dolan.
No laptop for Cardinal Dolan?
The guy from Napa had a laptop.
Punk.
But we even had a Mongolian bishop.
Wow.
Or a Mongolian cardinal. No, the first ever Mongolian cardinal.
The first ever?
Yeah.
Okay. And how was he? Did he have the laptop?
He wasn't one of the best speakers, I have to admit.
Well, you got to give him a break.
But I think he had to know. But it was real. I have to say, I feel that there is a great awakening in our country. And I do feel like people are turning towards God again.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I actually saw statistics to back that up. I saw something that was like 45% increase in registered Christians. Like in the country, there's been a 45% increase since the death of Charlie Kirk. Like it's been a rapid increase in people going back to church and registering in parishes and churches around the country.
Well, it was funny because one of the jokes that one of the cardinals told, he said that a girl took one of her friends to a Catholic mass.
Yep.
And the girl was Baptist. So she goes to the mass, and then after the mass, she goes, so what did you think? And she goes, honestly, there must be something special there because the priest is boring, the choir sucks.
Compared to a Baptist mass?
She goes, there has to be something really special because the church was full and everybody seemed really... And he goes, and you know what that is? The Eucharist.
Yeah.
It's the Eucharist. That's why you're there.
Special,
because you really get,
you get Jesus.
Yeah.
Right.
So
You're getting emotional, Coach. You're getting emotional about Christ.
I do. I love him so much.
Yeah.
And it was just so amazing to be with so many people just praying for the world, you know, praying for our country, praying for the world, and really, you know, just being positive.
Right.
Just being positive. Because, you know, a lot of times you turn, even though I have to say, when Trump got peace in the Middle East, for the first time you turn on the news and that was really positive.
It was really positive. It was so positive that even Morning Joe got positive.
Really?
Yeah, Morning Joe was like, oh my God.
I don't believe that.
You had to give him credit. Yeah,
Do you have a clip?
let's go. Clip 10. Morning Joe was very positive.
President Trump is announcing, played a key part in negotiating, is a significant change. This war was blocked for 2 years. President Biden, who preceded him, was unable to find a way to stop it. President Trump found that way by being tough on both sides. And he'll take a victory lap for sure over the next few days, but it's deserved. There's no way that I can see that this would have been done without Trump's pressure in the final hours.
That's credit. That's credit. She looked like she was going to throw up. Yeah, the two of them. They looked so miserable in that clip.
Oh my gosh, she literally looked like she was going to throw up because she was like.
She's like they looked so miserable in that clip. That was great.
Well,
that was great.
I have to say, I was moved to tears when I actually saw what was going on in Israel.
Yeah.
And then Netanyahu, of course, it was a Jewish holiday. That's why he couldn't go to the Arabs and sign the documents and
big
everything.
Jewish holiday,
He didn't look too happy.
No,
I have
he
to
didn't
be
look
honest.
too happy.
But seeing Trump leave Israel and seeing how happy everybody seemed in Israel, and then going to Egypt, and seeing how happy they were.
All those countries. All those countries.
I was like, I might, for the first time in my life, have peace in the Middle East.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think the reason being is that every country there, for the most part, obviously there's some that are holdouts because they're assholes, but for the most part, every country there is all invested in this deal. They're all in it together to make peace in the Middle East. This is a coalition, a group effort of sorts, and I think Trump is he's getting it done. He's like, listen, we're done with this nonstop violence, nonstop like evilness in this part of the region. Like, we're gonna make this so everybody here can actually prosper. That's what he wants. He wants everybody to prosper. So he's like, we're gonna make it so everybody could prosper. He gave the Palestinians the two-state solution. He gave it to them.
Well, let's see video number 2.
Like, I'm shocked. He gave it to him.
I have to see video number 2 when he speaks on the peace.
All right, let's do it. Video number 2.
As you know, last night we reached a momentous breakthrough in the Middle East, something that people said was never going to be done. We ended the war in Gaza and really, on a much bigger basis, created peace. And I think it's going to be a lasting peace, hopefully an everlasting peace. Peace in the Middle East. We secured the release of all of the remaining hostages, and they should be released on Monday or Tuesday. Getting them is a complicated process. I'd rather not tell you what they have to do to get them. There are places you don't want to be, but we are getting the hostages back on Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday, and that'll be a day of joy. I'm going to try and make a trip over. We're going to try and get over there.
You know, until I saw it with my own eyes, I really didn't believe it was going to be a day of joy.
Yeah.
I really didn't. And
I know you didn't. We talked about it last week. You were like, frowny face the whole way.
Well, it's like, yeah, I'll see it when I believe it. And when I saw the people actually in the Middle East so happy and excited, and then, I saw them waving American flags too. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, wow, like the Arabs for the first time don't hate us. Like, even they're loving us. And we got to give Donald Trump a lot of credit for that.
You have to. And I think that even all of the media sources, for the most part, from what you have some that are assholes still, like George Stephanopoulos, ass. Like there are going to still be asses, but like you have news sources being like, yeah, like you gotta give him credit. Even Bill Clinton and Hillary was like, yeah, Trump got it done. Like he made it happen. There's no denying it. Like this is the one. He went in And with an iron fist, he dealt with both Netanyahu and the Israelis and Hamas and said, listen, we're getting this done. This is exactly how we're going to do it. We're going to exchange the hostages. You're going to disarm. You're going to give us all your weapons because you can't be trusted with it, which we're going to get to. They're already killing their own people in the middle of the streets. Hamas is. And like he literally was just like, this is exactly how we're going to do it. And you're going to do it this way so we could it will actually work out. And he's getting it done. Like he's another promise kept. Promises made, promises kept.
I mean,
that's what he's doing.
Honestly, Carlos, it really was so shocking. So today, because I'm in New York and I'm at the airport, I actually bought a newspaper.
A real newspaper.
This says home to roost, but we'll get to Letitia James later. But
oh, gosh, Christ.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, get him up.
But look, But look at
Fresh
this.
off the walk.
This I found a little disturbing. I'm going to bring it close.
Bring it nice and close.
That is Hamas guns down clans. This is Hamas gunning down the Palestinian people who were working towards this peace agreement.
Right, that's what they were doing. So these groups were working with Israel to create peace and exchange hostages, all that stuff. So the people who were helping orchestrate this deal and making things happen are now being publicly executed in the streets. Hamas, this is, I mean, it's been getting really on my nerves a little bit, the amount of heavy anti-Semitism that I've seen from everybody across the board the last couple of weeks. And I mean, yes. Yeah, obviously, what happened in Gaza, there's two sides to every story. The Jews did a lot of bad things, but you look at who they were fighting and these people that they were fighting, and you finally have peace. You broker peace. You get what you want. You wanted the two-state solution. You wanted you get what you want, and you're still murdering your own people in the streets. You're still killing them. Like, so when you're dealing with people that are that sick, it makes you wonder, like, can you really negotiate with people like this? Are these people you could actually work with? Because you finally accomplished the mission and you're still not happy. You're still killing people in the streets. You still have assholes running around free Palestine all over the place. Like, it makes you think, what are you really protesting for? You're protesting for the eradication of these people. That's what you're protesting. You want to eradicate the Jews out of the Middle East. And until that happens, you're going to be miserable. And then once that happens, you're going to start killing your own people because now you have a ceasefire where you can't kill the Jews, so I'm just going to kill my own people in my own country. Well, that's what I'm going to do, public execution style. What year is this that we're killing people in the town square?
I mean, it really is terrible what's going on
sick.
there. And what they're trying to do is intimidate the population. Because, I mean, when you look at, let's go to video number 7. The Palestinians, you could see, it was like something out of like when Moses parted the Red Sea.
Yeah, it was. Let's see it.
Like they're all returning home.
Yep. Walking.
That is just such an unbelievable sight. And you know that they're thinking we're going home.
Yeah.
Like we have a future. Like we have like something to be optimistic about.
Right.
And
exactly.
Then you have Hamas killing the people who work towards bringing peace into Palestine.
Right.
So let's see what Trump is going to do about Hamas. Video number 8, Yabui.
On Gaza, how long will it take Hamas to disarm, and can you guarantee that is going to happen?
Well, they're going to disarm, and because they said they were going to disarm. And if they don't disarm, we will disarm them.
How will you do that?
I don't have to explain that to you. But if they don't disarm, we will disarm them. They know I'm not playing games. Okay? Now, we did something monumental. We got the hostages back. That was the first thing we had to do. Above all else, get the hostages back. We have told them we want to disarm, and they will disarm. And if they don't disarm, we will disarm them. And it'll happen quickly and perhaps violently. But they will disarm. Do you understand me?
Yes, you say
because
quickly.
you always, everyone says, oh, well, they won't disarm. They will disarm. And I spoke to Hamas, and I said, you're going to disarm, right? Yes, sir, we're going to disarm. That's what they told me.
Yes, sir. That's what we're going to do. Yeah, because listen, he's not playing games.
That was today.
Yep.
So this news must have happened yesterday because it was in today's paper.
Right.
So today, Trump was like, listen,
Enough is enough.
Yeah.
We're going to take your shit.
So we have to keep praying, people.
Yeah.
We have to keep praying.
We have to. Scott Villa 1 in the Rumble chat, shout out Rumble because YouTube can't figure it out. Hamas only knows one way. This is why no country will take them in. Yeah, that's the truth. When we tried it, we're like, we're just going to move your people and put them in different countries. All those countries were like, no way, you're not putting them here. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
so
nobody
we had
wants
to do
them.
the two-state solution because nobody wants to bring those people in.
Yeah, nobody wants them. But I feel that this could be the beginning of something wonderful.
Yeah.
And I feel very optimistic about it.
He didn't stutter, LOL. Is
Yeah,
YouTube up? Or we got a YouTube chatter.
Yeah.
I love
You're
it.
right. He sure didn't stutter. He was like, we're disarming them, and
Right.
it's not a joke.
We're not playing. We're not playing. I like that. I mean, that's what we need, though. And that's why the peace deal worked. That's why the peace deal worked, because he was just like, this is exactly how we're going to do it. We're doing it A, B, and C. We're going to give the hostages back. Israel's pulling all their force. He literally manhandled both countries, essentially. He's like, this is how we're doing it. YouTube's back up and running.
All right.
All right, YouTube's back up and running. All right, let's go. Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, chat, for letting us know what's going on. Appreciate all you guys. Yes, I'm watching from YouTube.
Woo-hoo!
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome. All right, so we're back up and running here. Yeah, so I mean, listen, things right now, I am very optimistic that peace is going to continue in the Middle East. And sometimes you're going to have to do it with an iron fist, and I think Trump knows that, and he will do it if he has to. But I'm optimistic. Everybody's investing in rebuilding this region and making this region into something, which is going to help out because Trump is going to meet up with President Xi in Asia. And he's going to be like, yeah, what's up? I got the Arabs.
You know what's so funny?
I got the Arabs.
Is that Trump even told Xi, listen, the Arabs are on my side now.
Yeah.
We're friends.
Right.
Me and the Arab community.
No.
So you better watch it, Xi. What are you going to do? Just trade with Russia? How long is that going to last you just trading with Russia?
Yeah, good luck.
So God willing, he and the Chinese can figure out a way to get along because today what is it called? The inflation rate for the producers?
The product inflation, not the consumer, the product.
Right, not the consumer, the product inflation rate.
Up to 7%.
Yeah, 0.7. That's not good.
It's not good. But what I said, this is something that we're going to need to realize has to happen. And why I say that is because for Trump's big thing is America first. We need to manufacture in the United States. For years now, we've been manufacturing everything overseas. It's all coming from China. It's all coming from foreign countries. Nothing is being made here anymore. So we've had to, take in those products. Trump is trying to change that. Companies, they're still skeptical about paying the American person. They're like, oh, it's cheaper still to make it overseas. So we're at the point now where we have to make it uncomfortable for these companies to continue to produce things overseas and force them to make it here. Is it going to hurt for a little while? Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. It probably is going to hurt for a little while. But to ensure future success by manufacturing here in the United States and creating jobs here in the United States by making these products here, you have to go through this suffering point because you have to kind of force the hand of these big tech companies, these big car manufacturers. Like you have to force their hand a little bit and make it uncomfortable for them too, so that they're like, all right, fuck this, we're gonna make it, we're gonna do it in the US.
No, using the F word.
Coach, listen, that's just you gotta think about it as a business person. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying.
No.
Coach, that's what they're saying in their boardroom.
We are trying to be holy people, okay?
What? Listen.
And I want everybody to be able to listen. If you have
Everybody's
child in the
listening.
room,
Everybody's
I don't want to have
listening.
to say, oh, kick your kids out, make the right place coming on.
No,
Carlos
nobody's kicking their kids out.
I don't want to do that.
Nobody's kicking their kids
Look,
out.
I bet the chat is like, can't believe, oh no.
The tariffs are pushing the companies to invest and build in the U.S. Right, exactly. Thank you. Somebody who gets it.
We need people to get back to work.
Yes.
So that would be a wonderful thing where people can go and get a job and support their family. Like one thing that I keep hearing over and over again is how hard it is for this generation to make it. And I agree, things are not easy for this generation.
It's hard.
And that's why we need a business person to help grow the economy and get jobs. But let me tell you something. It was never easy for my generation. It wasn't easy for my parents' generation. It wasn't easy. Maybe it was a little, well, they had to fight World War II and then they got a GI Bill. My husband didn't have a GI Bill, okay?
Well,
and the thing
you fought World War II for the...
What we had to do was move further from where we wanted to be. I grew up in Manhattan. My husband grew up in Jersey City. We couldn't afford to buy a house there.
Yeah.
So my husband had an over 2-hour commute so that we could buy a house far away from the city.
Sure did.
Like, we all have to start feeling the pain a little bit in order to make things better for the next generation.
I agree.
So I really hope that people don't get short-sighted.
That's the biggest problem.
Right.
You're 100% right. That is the biggest problem. People want to see results now.
Yes,
they want to see the instant gratification. Yes, you're 100% right. And that's where it gets dangerous.
Yeah.
Because the Democrats are consistently promising the instant gratification. That's one of their big things. We're going to do this for Mondami. We're going to have free buses right away. All the kids, he's promising all of the lies.
Listen,
for the instant gratification.
I have to tell you, I was in a play last year, right? Was it last year or the year before?
Last summer.
Right? Yeah.
Last summer, yeah.
It was
June.
A dump, New York City. Rats everywhere,
Yep.
migrants everywhere. It was very dangerous. You couldn't even walk down the street.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, New York was fantastic. I cannot believe that New Yorkers are not voting in Eric Adams again. It was night and day.
What can't you believe?
I tell you, the city was beautiful. I only saw one rat.
Yeah.
One rat. There were hundreds of rats.
Only
hundreds of rats last summer. I only saw one rat. And I was scared because, the cab driver went the wrong way. So then I had to say, just leave me on 50th and I'll just walk. So then I'm walking with my suitcase, with my luggage. And all of a sudden I'm going next to God. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to be attacked by rats.
Yep.
Not one rat on that block.
Not one rat.
And then, thank God, your brother came and he saw me and he grabbed my suitcase and I was like, phew. And, we went to the hotel. But I have to tell you, New York is so much better now.
Really?
And Eric Adams,
boots on the ground.
Eric Adams did such a fantastic job. And I cannot believe that people are not voting him to be mayor again. I can't. And Mondami, he's going to turn it into a dump again.
I mean, I don't know what's shocking you about it. They're not going to vote him in because he works with the president.
Trump?
That's why.
I have to say, I never see any YouTubes or TikToks or anything saying, wow, look at how much cleaner New York is. Look, I mean, they have these promenades in front of these commercial buildings. It used to be filled with hundreds of men just loitering with nothing to do.
Right.
Yesterday, there was beautiful landscaping. The benches were open for regular people to sit down.
Yep.
There were no rats that you had to worry about. It was like a brand new, beautiful city. Right. And I have to say, Eric Adams has really been mistreated by New Yorkers.
Yeah,
he really has been.
He has. You're 100% right.
You know what? New York, I prayed for them. We walked for them. But the chickens are going to come home to roost.
Yeah, and it's coming pretty soon, I would say. I think, that when they vote him in and they vote a communist in, they're going to see firsthand what that looks like.
Well,
but sometimes you got to get punched in the mouth to figure it out, right?
Well, he was looking forward to the free buses because we took the bus. He goes, next year there'll be free buses.
Yeah, it's not going to be as nice of a ride, though, with the free bus. Sorry to break it to you.
It's going to be a dump again.
Yeah, it is.
It had the best vibes that it's had in years because de Blasio was the mayor before Adams, and he was terrible, too.
Yeah. Yeah, de Blasio was probably the worst New York City mayor of all time, ever.
David Dinkins was pretty bad, too.
I think he was probably worse than Dinkins.
Well, New York was a dump with Ed Koch before him. So, New York was really bad in the 80s. Yeah. It was not a good place to be. The 70s,
but it's close now, though.
What?
In terms of not a great place to be, I would probably say New York is pretty close.
It was beautiful.
To what it's like now.
I'll tell you, it was so nice. It was like, if people wanted to say, we're back, baby, you would say New York is back.
Now, what percentage do you think New York being back has to do with the exciting whites in New York?
There was giant stuff everywhere.
What do you think?
There was giant stuff everywhere.
Do you think
New York is very excited about the Giants.
Has a change? It has changed the city.
Yeah.
Beating the Eagles.
Yeah, maybe.
Because the Yankees dropped the ball. They lost. So it's up to two white men to save the city, and Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo. That's really what it comes down to.
Boy, that's like a miracle. That's a miracle.
It's up to the two exciting whites. But I'm excited. You seemed really happy about New York Cup being back. It's good to hear.
I honestly could not believe that they're not voting for Eric Adams again. That city is
I'm not shocked.
It's so much better now. I couldn't believe
at least with Mondami coming in, you're going to get one person out, and that's going to be Letitia James, because let me tell you, Letitia James is going to go to jail for a long, long time for what's going on here.
Letitia James is a crook.
And we talked about it a couple months ago when we brought on the expert, Mr. Bobby.
We brought on Robert Rampolla.
And
he was an expert.
Yep.
And he was telling us, but what he said, and this is what stayed in my mind, that there's no way that you could get them to go do the appraisal and have it be a 5-unit house.
Yeah.
And put down that it's only 4 units because the appraiser goes in there and sees what's going on.
Right, firsthand.
So what's the subtext? The appraiser was in on it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people in on it.
There are people in on it. So what's going to get her in trouble is I'm sure they're squeezing one of those people and they're saying, listen, you're going to go to jail because if you did your job, you clearly saw that was a 5-unit building.
100%.
That's not a 4-unit building. So do you want to go to jail or are you going to be honest?
Yeah.
Because she either strong-armed them or bribed them, but something was done for them to make a fake appraisal.
Yeah.
And say that it was only 4 units on that mortgage.
Yeah.
And then in Virginia, they kept rejecting her mortgage because she's like, oh, I'm not going to live there. And
second home.
Yeah, like they wouldn't approve the mortgage. So then finally she goes, all right, it's my main residence. Boom, she gets approved. And she's a New York Attorney General. And it's a house in Virginia.
I mean, when you're looking at that, right, and you're looking at the loan application, don't you like scratch your head and be like, this lady's the New York attorney. You have to put your occupation on the application. Like, you have to do that.
Honestly, Carlos, I have no idea what they're thinking.
Do they really think, like, oh, she's going to commute every day from this shit town in Virginia to New York City?
Well, you know what's so
that's
funny?
a lot. Talk about a long commute.
It's that it's all a matter of public record.
Yeah.
So she's busy trying to bury Trump for him overvaluating Mar-a-Lago when it was actually the judge completely undervalued. I mean, it was ridiculous.
It was grossly undervalued.
And she's committing mortgage fraud.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of public record that anybody could go and just see.
Yeah. Well, let's show this guy because he kind of, talked a little bit about what was going on. So let's take a look here at clip 24.
First of all, she owns 3 properties, one on Peroni Avenue in Virginia, one on Sterling Drive in Virginia, and one in Brooklyn. This indictment covers the property on Peroni Avenue. What I found was she bought that property on Peroni Avenue, the one she was indicted for, in 2020. In 2021, she showed no mortgage. 2022, she showed no mortgage. In 2023, all of a sudden, 2 mortgages pop up that exceed the value of the property by about 200%. That led to a red flag, so I went back, as any forensic accountant does, and I ordered the title report, and all of a sudden, I find that she bought the property with a mortgage that was never disclosed, and the 2 mortgages that were disclosed to New York State were not in the property records, unrecorded mortgages. Now, this property here, she got caught because the mortgage clause said that she was going to buy it as a second home. She put it on her tax return that she was going to be there 0 days a year.
0 days a year, but it's her primary residence.
Coach.
Listen, the chickens have come home to roost.
Yep.
You can't lie. And then she has her grandniece living there who assaulted cops, and she's the one who lived in the fraud house, her primary residence.
Yeah.
That it said in the mortgage documents, this is your primary residence. You're not allowed to lease it out.
Right.
You're not allowed to rent it out.
Yep.
This is your primary residence. Like, it's like these people think they're above the law.
That's exactly what it is.
They think they're above the law.
Untouchable.
And the thing is she literally campaigned on, I'm going to get Donald Trump. I'm going to get Donald Trump. And Donald Trump really didn't break the law.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I remember them coming in with the file cabinets filled with documents. They went over everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the best they could do was say, oh, we have whatever 30-something counts of fraud, that he borrowed money from Deutsche Bank, and he overvaluated his property, and it really wasn't worth that much. First of all, I could say my house is worth $1 million. Like Robert Rampolla says, the appraiser comes.
Yeah.
And the appraiser does something called an appraisal, and he will say, listen, girl, you may think it's $1 million, but this house is really, and then they tell you what the value is.
Yeah.
Now, if I say it's a single-family home and it's actually a 2-family or 3-family, and the appraiser says, oh, yeah, sure, it's that, that's where it really opens up a sticky situation.
Right, because then...
So she has lied, and then she even said that she was married to her father when she bought her first house at 24 years old.
Yep.
She pretended her and the father were husband and wife.
Yeah.
To get
Crazy.
I mean, I cannot get over the gumption that you go after somebody for something that you're actually guilty of.
Yeah.
She's actually went after Trump and tried to prove him guilty of something that she's actually guilty. So when the appeals court looked at it, they took away the whole fine from Trump because they knew it was absolutely ridiculous.
Right. They were like, no, we're appealing this.
And I have a feeling they tried to split the baby. They're like, we're just going to get rid of the fine. But they don't want to completely overturn it because they know she's going to look like a fool.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would take it back right now and be like, look at it again. Check it again. Send it upstairs.
I have to tell you, I'm not a fan of Cuomo.
Yeah.
But Letitia James also went after Andrew Cuomo. And she's the one who went after him for the whole sexual harassment thing and everything. How crazy would it be if by some miracle Andrew Cuomo beats Mondami?
He won't.
You don't think he will?
Not even close.
I don't think he will either because
gonna
I
get
would
blown
never
out.
vote for him.
He's gonna
I
get
would
blown out.
never vote for him.
But Andrew Cuomo was buried.
Yeah.
He was buried. I mean, that's the end of Andrew Cuomo. He got buried. He got kicked out of office. Right? It's not like he lost the election or he ended
got
his term.
hashtag
He
me
got
too.
he got kicked out. He resigned. They brought in this crazy whack job lady in Hogle, and she'll be there forever. And it's over. Like it's over. Which made, when we talked about it, I think last week when Eric Trump was on Cuomo. And he was like, you're one to talk. Like, your own brother got buried by these people. Like, these people, the elites, decide, the ruling class decide who the winners and losers of society are going to be. And if you're not in their, clique, they're going to try to bury you.
And they're a bunch of communists. And what do they say?
A bunch of communists.
Show me the man, I'll show you the crime.
Yeah.
Except Letitia James actually committed real crimes.
Right.
Multiple times.
A lot.
And
so did Adam Schiff. He's up next.
Oh, Adam Schiff.
Adam Schiff.
Yeah.
Adam Schiff. He's going to be next. What's his name? Cash Patel, Little Cash, said today that the indictments are not done, that they're still going after people.
Listen,
lot
Cash
to come.
Patel, find out who killed Charlie Kirk.
Coach.
There's no way
They're never gonna find that out.
guy, Tyler Robinson, right?
Tyler Robinson did not kill Charlie Kirk.
He did not kill Charlie Kirk.
No, he did not.
He's a patsy. And I'm telling you, I want to know where the tranny is. I want to know where the tranny boyfriend is. Like,
Gone.
They don't even
Gone
have
with
this
the wind.
guy. They don't
Gone
even
with
have
the
him
wind.
going out to get milk.
Yeah, he's gone with the
you know
wind.
What?
He's
I'm
outta
telling
here.
you, the CIA allegedly in my head.
Allegedly.
The CIA are using these trannies to have them do bad things. And they're saying, well, they're nuts. They're trannies. What do you expect?
You think the CIA are hiring these trannies to do crazy stuff?
Listen, somebody really, it's really a government.
And in exchange, they'll cut the penis off, you think?
No, I think they just
as like a
listen,
quid pro quo.
Obviously,
cut dick.
There's something wrong with them mentally, right?
Yeah.
And God forbid we had good psychiatrists in this country to really help them, adjust to liking themselves enough to live in their own bodies.
Yeah,
no, they're
think.
going to
That
just
would
put
be nice.
them on drugs, make them crazy,
Yep.
really give them a lot of mental problems, and then use them to go kill people and
Weapons.
cause problems.
Yeah.
Because they're Satan, and wherever
Yeah.
Satan is, there's chaos, confusion. You have a penis, you think you have a vagina. You should have had a vagina. Like, it's really sad. So
It is
I
sad.
believe that they use that guy. And where is he?
Gone.
Where is he? Like, you haven't even seen him go to get a slice of pizza, to go to McDonald's, go to Dunkin' Donuts. He just disappeared.
Gone. Yeah, he's gone.
So I don't know. I find that suspicious.
Yeah, the whole thing seems suspicious to me. I never really felt like that case was solved and it was over. I will tell you what, I'm not one of those crazy town Candace Owens that the Jews killed Charlie Kirk.
I don't believe that either.
I'm not on that train. I'm not with you anti-Semites out there. But it's I do think that there's but I think that the same people that killed Charlie Kirk were behind the Trump assassination attempt.
Agree.
It's
totally
the
agree
same
with you.
group. And we never figured out why. Like, we knew that kid took the shot that was on the roof.
Yes.
But we never figured out why he was on the roof. How did he get up there unlooked? Why did the person that was looking at him through the barrel of the gun not shoot him before he took a shot at Trump? Like, there were so many questions that never were answered, right? Remember when they brought that lady out and she went before Congress, the interim secretary of the Secret Service? Then she just disappeared. She was just
too.
gone. And there was never an answer there.
The guy got
like, they
cremated
completely
the same
buried.
day.
Yeah, guy got cremated.
Like,
there's so many missing pieces there, and I think that those same exact people are the ones that were behind the Charlie Kirk murder, and we'll never, I truly believe we'll never know, because it's part of the same crew. It's part of that elite ruling class people that are creating all these things that's happening, and we'll never know. We'll never know.
Permanent government workers, like they never want to leave. We'll have different presidents, but they stay there forever.
Yeah.
And Trump is really upsetting the apple cart, because these people make a lot of money off of wars. These people make a lot of money off of people suffering.
Yeah, he is.
And if all of a sudden we get the economy booming and there's not these forever wars going on, guess what's going to happen? They're out of business.
Yeah.
And the shutdown is actually working in Trump's favor, because he's getting rid of a lot of career deep staters.
Yeah, career deep staters.
Yeah, we can't
absolutely.
say politicians, because they hide in the shadows.
They do.
Everything they do, they operate in the shadows.
Which, let me tell you something right now. I am happy with the shutdown, and I know a lot of people are upset, and I've talked to people who are saying, they're not getting paid and money's not coming in.
I do feel bad for the people not getting paid.
100%.
I really do.
Which today, Trump said that if this continues to happen, not only will he go ahead and use his own personal funds to pay people, but he also has a very highly powerful donor, which I think is Elon.
It's him.
No. I think it's Elon that's going to work with him.
Trump
That's going to pay people who aren't getting paid, that should be getting paid, like the old, retired U.S. soldiers, things like that. But this just shows how badly, how bad it really is, that the Democrats could care less about the American citizen, and it's all about keeping their power with the illegals.
Well, and they want to have that No Kings rally on Saturday.
Right. What? Like,
you people are absolutely ridiculous. This man just brought peace to the Middle East. Okay? And you're going to go and have a No Kings rally? For what? What are you trying to prove? So, you know what?
They're kings. They're kings. They're trying to be kings by trying to legislate without winning elections.
Yeah.
They're being kings. If you really want to get technical, they're trying to legislate without having control of the House and the Senate. And they're using this government shutdown to try to pass legislation.
You're 100% right.
That's what they're doing.
Because their famous line is, elections have consequences. Elections have consequences. Listen, the American people, I don't know if you pay your own bills, but if you pay your own bills, you know that the Affordable Care Act is actually unaffordable.
Completely unaffordable. It's dog shit.
So you need to have a lot of money if you think that you're going to go and get anything done, because you're paying a lot of money towards your health insurance, and then your deductible's so high that you have to pay like the first $9,000 out of pocket before they cover anything.
Amen.
It's disgusting.
Amen.
So the Unaffordable Act, the Affordable Act.
You could say it.
Act.
Unaffordable Act. The Unaffordable Act. Obamacare.
Trump was elected because people are sick of it. Because if you're working your butt off and all your money's going towards, homeowners insurance, health insurance, this, that, it's like, no, we need to have a change.
Yep.
So here he's trying to change it, and they're like, oh, no, you can't.
Right.
It's like, listen, you lost. You lost.
You
The
gotta write it
American
out.
people are tired of it. And it's not like this is working for everybody.
Right.
Because it's not. So a bunch of wackadoos, my favorite, the liberal women, show up at Mike Johnson's office. Let's go to clip number 23, you buoy.
Let's do it.
Last night, they played some games. They stormed my office. Maybe you saw some of the video online that they themselves shared, or someone did. They berated a Capitol Police officer, screamed at him. He was just merely standing his post. Shows again their disdain for law enforcement, as we see all around the country, the Democrats and everyone in
That looks like an
party,
insurrection.
Screaming, assaulting ICE officers. They did it right here in the Capitol last night. A few members of Congress went into the little foyer of my office and tore down a sign that I had up and just engaged in all sorts of political stunts and antics. They've been doing that every day now, and it shows their desperation.
They are
Do you
desperate.
notice they all look the same? And that lady was laughing in the beginning. She's like, this is so much fun, chaos and confusion.
Yep.
And then that was an insurrection, because the cop is like, no, you can't come here.
Right.
They walked right in.
Yeah.
They walked right in. You saw she was like, I'll move this. And they went right into the office. How come they're not all arrested?
Yeah, nobody will say
How
anything
come
about
they're
it.
not all arrested?
Because they're elite. And the elitists.
Because that's the ruling class.
Yep.
And those people are disgusting.
They
and
are.
they will use everyone as pawns to push their own agenda, because they don't want to get rid of their own power and their own little kickbacks that they all get.
What do we always say all the time? The liberal will accuse you of exactly what they're doing. Every time. They'll accuse you. Trump, they don't want Trump is a king, Trump is a fascist, Trump is this, Trump is that. But then what do? They close the government and shut it down to try to pass legislature without having control of the House of the Senate.
To force their will on everybody.
Instead of letting it rock, right, and saying, "Oh, look, it didn't work. Let's go win the midterms now." Instead of doing that, you're like, no, we're going to just shut the government down and try to pass our own legislature by holding you hostage.
And we really need the shutdown because we need as many people as possible to come and protest for this next no kings.
No kings, yeah.
I mean, it's so performative. It is
really
performative politics.
Performative is the perfect word for it. It really is the perfect word for it. It's just gross. Well, hopefully all the protesters show up like these Antifa protesters out in Portland.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at these protesters. Hopefully we'll see this on Saturday. Let's take a look. Clip 15.
And that's why they have blue hair, and that's why they have pink hair, and that's why they look like clowns.
It's Clown City.
I mean, it's like the circus is in town.
Yeah.
Who's going to
really
be the
is.
adult?
Not them.
Sorry, but Trump is actually the only adult in the room
Yeah.
when you're comparing him to those people.
He really is. He's trying to do so many things. And I really, at some point, you're like, God, man, like, I don't know why this guy keeps putting up with this. He could have great life right now. He's got beautiful grandkids. He's living the life. Beautiful wife. He's living the dream.
And let me tell you
Thousands
something
of golf
about his
courses.
wife.
Oh,
his
boy.
wife
His
can
wife.
get it done.
His wife's getting it
wife can
done.
get it done because we have to show
Amen.
Yabui on number 17.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. I
Kind of an
watched
underground
and
story.
Nobody even like talked about it. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Total
Did this
underground
just
story.
happen?
Clip 17. Let's take a look here.
Much has unfolded since President Putin received my letter last August. He responded in writing, signaling a willingness to engage with me directly and outlining details regarding the Ukrainian children residing in Russia. And since then, President Putin and I have had an open channel of communication regarding the welfare of these children. My representative has been working directly with President Putin's team to ensure the safe reunification of children with their families between Russia and Ukraine.
So Melania has got Putin's personal line. She's got the personal digits.
Have you ever heard the
of
First
Vladdy.
Lady? And we have our own channels of communications. And we have been working together to save the children. So far, we have saved 8 Ukrainian children.
Eight.
And you know what's so funny is my mother used to always say, Melania is a spy. And I'd be like, Mom, Melania she was
KGB?
like, you know when I knew Melania was a spy? I go, Mom, when did you know? She goes, because Melania said, when I met Donald, he said, can I have your number? I said, no. You give me your number. I will call you. You don't call me. And then here she is. Me and Putin have the channels of communication.
Her and Putin.
I mean, what other first lady have
Big
you
Vlad.
ever heard is working with the president of another nation? And it's Vladimir Putin.
Other nation.
I know,
Of the other nation. There isn't another like of the other nation.
And they didn't really cover it on the news at all.
No.
They were like, oh no, we're not going to talk
You
about
had
this.
like no idea. All of a sudden, I get a notification on my phone. Oh, First Lady is doing an address today. Like out of nowhere. Like nobody knew, right? Everybody knows, oh, Trump's going here. He's doing this. He's doing that. But all of a sudden, you just look, oh, First Lady's going to talk real quick. Yeah, me and Putin have been chatting on the phone every day, and we're going to do this.
And nobody covered it.
What?
Nobody wanted to cover it. Nobody was like, oh my gosh, Melania's working with Vladimir Putin. What are they talking about? Like,
Listen,
think
she's
about
getting it done. She's getting it done.
I have to say, I thought that was so hilarious.
Well, she's going to have some more conversations with him because Trump came out today and said, like, listen, Vlad doesn't want to end that war in Ukraine. I think Putin's feeling it a little
Zelensky.
bit. Yeah, I think he's like, listen, I'm just going to finish this guy off, and I'm just going to take this country.
Well, let's do clip number 19.
I think that's where we're getting to. But let's take a look. Let's see what Trump said.
Look, I'm very disappointed because Vladimir and I had a very good relationship, probably still do. I don't know why he continues with this war. This war has been so bad for him, but he just doesn't want to end that war. And I think it's making him look very bad. He could end it. He could end it quickly. And I have to tell you, I give credit because who would think that Ukraine could have fought Russia for 4 years?
We fought Russia for 4 years. I mean, it's our shit. We fought Russia for 4 years. Ukraine hasn't fought like at all. Like we're paying for that whole thing. But I mean, listen. I think you're right. I think Putin just has no respect for Zelensky.
Yeah, he's
got no respect for that parliament.
And he's like, listen, I'm not just going to end it now because you want me to. I'm pissed off.
Right.
And I bet you anything, he probably tells Melania, you need to understand. I'm very frustrated with the Zelensky guy.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to give up.
Right.
And then Trump is like, Melania, who are you on the phone with? Putin. Hold on, Vlad. Donald, I'm trying to free the children right now. Would you tell him to end the war? Donald wants you to end the war.
That's exactly how the conversation's going.
It's probably a
That
man.
is.
Who you on the phone with?
Oh, that is exactly how
And
conversation
that's why he's
is
like,
going.
we're friends. We're friends.
Right, we still have a good relationship, but this guy he won't end the war.
It's terrible what's going on with the whole Ukraine. But look, Trump is going to go to China now.
Yep.
He's going to try to reason with them.
Yeah.
While the people are marching for the No Kings rally,
Yep.
Trump is going to try to get something done in Asia.
Yep.
And the one thing I have to say, though,
What is that?
I don't know if you heard about this, but there was a maniac in Virginia who said that he wanted to kill the Republican,
Yes.
whoever was the head of the assembly for Virginia, right?
Yes.
He goes, I have a couple of bullets, one for that guy's head.
And for his kids.
Well, he said, and I want to kill the kids first and have the wife watch as I kill the kids. I'm not even kidding you.
This is a state
somebody
politician.
running. This is somebody running for office in Virginia.
Yeah.
So we have to show number 14 because
Let's
the
do it.
Democrats always try to say that they're not violent.
Right, they don't support political violence.
come on.
Well, let's see if that's the truth.
And that he must leave the race because Jay Jones advocated the murder, Abigail, the murder of a man, a former speaker, as well as his children who were 2 and 5 years old. You have little girls. What would it take him pulling the trigger? Is that what would do it? And then you would say he needs to get out of the race? Abigail, you have nothing to say? Abigail. What if he said it about your 3 children? Is that when you would say he should get out of the race, Abigail?
She shrugged her shoulders.
Nothing.
You're running to be governor.
You're out of time.
Nothing.
You're out of time.
Not one word. And that's why, though, honestly, that's why I get so pissed when they try to talk about, MAGA's racist and MAGA's just as bad as the Democrats and they're both bad. It's like, no. That gets me so pissed because I don't see Democrats getting blown away at political events. I don't see Republicans going out and publicly saying we need to go and murder these people. I don't see that. I do not see that ever. And now we are seeing a guy get killed on a college campus, a person here saying I'm going to kill this guy's kids and in front of his wife and then kill him, and it's like, no big deal, who cares? Like, the Democrats are the most disgusting people, and they always have a reason. They always can find a way to justify it. They always find a way. They're like, yeah, well, he said that because Trump's a racist and Republicans are bad and they're just the worst. Like, there's always a justification. Always.
All right.
They're just so disgusting.
But listen to her name is Winsome. I should know it because she sends me a text message every day looking for money. I'm not even kidding you.
Oh, really?
Winsome,
that lady?
yeah, Winsome. She speaks. She looks beautiful.
Yeah.
She speaks so articulately.
Yep.
Right? The other lady didn't even answer her. That
Couldn't
lady
answer.
dismissed her.
Yeah.
She dismissed her. She was just like, what? I don't need to answer you. And I'm like, how
Probably
the
because she's going to
hell
steal the election.
could they dare to say that Republicans are the racists
Yeah.
when you have that lady Winsome
Yep.
running for governor
As a
and that
Republican.
liberal white lady completely ignores her and doesn't even give her the dignity of a response.
Yeah.
Because they're the ruling class.
Yep.
And
100%.
I'm telling you, they only want to spread chaos and confusion.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that I'll tell you one thing: if the lady,
Amen.
if Winsome wins governor of Virginia, do you know how inspiring that's going to be for so many young black girls at school?
I hope so.
That she would walk in and she looks like, she reminds me of my mother. She has on the suit, her hair looks beautiful, she's articulate,
Yeah.
and you can tell that lady has real passion. She really cares about the community.
Yeah.
That other
I
lady, she
agree with
doesn't
you.
even give a crap about a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old being threatened by some a-hole texting that he can't wait to murder the whole family.
But I'm just worried. But
That's
that is-
demonic.
Yeah, it is. It's 100%
That's
demonic.
demonic.
It's 100% demonic. But who knows? They'll probably, if she somehow wins that election and she becomes the governor,
She's not going to win.
No, I'm saying
She better
Winsome.
not win.
Winsome.
Oh, well,
If
God
Winsome
willing, I'm
wins,
praying for Winsome to
all right,
win.
and she's a Republican black lady for governor. They'll try to go after her and
They'll
make
bury
her
her,
and
yeah.
make her be like the worst role model, the worst lady.
Yeah.
Like they'll go after her.
They'll put so
They'll
much
pull her
propaganda.
down. They'll pull
So
and the
much
liberal, the party
propaganda.
of acceptance, the party of the blacks, the party of the minority is going to tear down this black woman to kingdom come because that's what they do. Because you don't have a D next to your name.
Yeah.
That's what they do to Eric Adams, right? They voted Eric Adams in. Again, voted against the Republicans. They voted Eric Adams in. Eric Adams was like, I really want to take care of the city. I'm going to work with the president so we can take care of our own citizens and make the city beautiful again. It's like, nope, you're out. Get the communist in here.
Yeah.
You're out of here because you're working with the
Guy
Republican.
with dual citizenship.
Dual citizenship, taking 13 grand.
Eric Adams was NYPD.
Yep, out.
That city, let me tell you,
Out.
I would have been the first one to be like, thank God they're getting rid of Eric Adams. The city's a dump.
Mm-hmm.
That city hasn't looked so good in years.
Yeah.
It hasn't looked so good in years, and they're running Eric Adams out of town.
Yep.
To bring in somebody from Guyana with dual
Uganda?
citizenship,
Yeah.
right? He has dual citizenship.
Yep.
But that's the way the Democrat Party is, because there's the ruling class and the working class. And God forbid a working class person decides to step out of their place and try to make a difference in their own community, they will bury you.
Yeah.
Wake up, people.
Wake up.
Wake up.
the
There's
truth.
good and bad. It's not
The
like I'm
truth.
saying, oh, look at that nice lady running for governor. And it's like, oh, this is a fair. No, this is
Yeah.
a woman who won't even condemn a person talking about murdering children. Okay?
It's true. It's so true. It's
And
so
it's
true.
like, wake up.
They
Like,
won't wake up.
You have to pray. You have to stop listening to the propaganda. My husband is reading a book. I think it's, I can't remember.
The Naked Communist.
The Naked Communist.
The Naked Communist.
And he was saying that Karl Marx had people who were, like, not adversaries. I guess you would say like competition.
Right. No, it would be
like
adversaries.
competition. Like,
Yeah.
and what did he do? He said, what I need to do is smear their name. I have to
Yep.
start a propaganda campaign against them, and the people will buy it, and I will win. And that's what they tried to do with Trump. It's all propaganda because they hate him because he's not part of the club.
And they use the mainstream media.
And then
And they use the mainstream media.
when somehow this lady was a lieutenant governor,
Yeah.
she is so wonderful, and they're smearing her
Totally.
to have that stupid lady who looks just like she's ready to storm the Capitol with the rest of them that look that way,
Yep.
and cause an insurrection, but they're part of the ruling class.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up. Well, you know who else is, speaking of governors, who's trying to buy their way into the winning class? Let's take a look at our favorite segment of the week with Miss Pig Porter, Katie Porter,
The pig
segment of the week, the pig from Cali.
from California.
The blue pig. Let's take a look here at clip 16. Let's see what she's up to lately.
Get out of my fucking shot.
I wanted to tell you that I'm actually correct. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that if we don't meet the commitments under the Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that. Stay out of my shot. State could lose. Get out of my fucking shot.
What was she saying that they had to beep her? That she was saying the F
She was
word and they
saying
didn't have to beep
some
her.
crazy shit. She was saying
what
some
was she
horrible
saying?
things.
That was so bad that the F word they don't have to beep, but whatever she said there,
Yeah.
what was she like? You're gonna take a bullet if you don't get out of my
She was,
shot.
she was trying to help her out. She was like, "What you're saying is actually wrong. So let's cut that and put a better statement out because you're actually wrong." And instead of being like, "Oh, thank you so much for making sure I don't look like an asshole," it's like, "Get out of my shot!" Like, it's like you're so crazy, Democrat. This Democrat. It's just. Oh
Wake
my
up.
gosh! My gosh!
This woman is ugly on the inside and ugly on the outside.
Yep.
She really is.
It's true.
So we're gonna do specials every week. The pig from California.
Yeah, Pig Porter. That's gonna be a special. It's gonna be Pig Porter this week. Let's see what Pig Porter's
I
doing.
just pray that it's like, that's all, folks, and she loses in the election. That's all I
Hopefully,
keep
she'll
praying
probably
for.
win. California is such a disgrace. She'll probably win that election in a landslide. It's such a joke. But, Coach, we got to keep praying that the peace in the Middle East continues. Hopefully, we get in there. We disarm Hamas. We can't have them be killing people off in the streets. I saw, a glance before we started heading here to the show. They were talking about that Supreme Court Justice Jackson, I think it's like Kayon or something Jackson.
Yeah, because she's against redistricting.
Yeah, redistricting because it's against the disabled black
Listen,
community.
In the Northeast, there's not one Republican.
Yeah,
Not one Republican congressman, because they have gerrymandered everything in the Northeast.
It's true.
And they're trying to do it here in the South.
Yep.
And again, they'll say, "Oh, we're here because we want to be fair to the black community." But then somebody like Winsome is running for governor. No, know your place. You came out for governor. No, we're going to gerrymander. You're going to give us all your power. You're going to give us the votes, and we're going to get rich off of it. Okay?
Yep.
That's their game. They don't care about you. Wake up.
They don't care about you.
It's all about consolidating power and gerrymandering the vote.
Yep.
And that's what they're up to. They did it in the Northeast, and that's why you have so many people in the Northeast fleeing, because it's taxation with no representation.
Yep.
You have no representation. You have nobody to represent you or your values.
Yeah.
And a lady like that in Virginia, that's what the people look like in Connecticut, and that's why I was out of there.
Yep.
I was like, these people do not represent me.
They don't.
They're evil. They don't go to church. They don't pray. And they're communists.
They're
honestly.
communists, yeah.
They're a bunch of communists.
That whole region.
You guys pray. Pray for our country. Pray for New York City.
Yep.
That's why I did the walk.
Yep.
And I was praying so hard for New York City. God, please. Communism is a very dangerous thing.
Yeah.
And in communism, to keep praying, wake up, do your part, watch the news. Not even the news. Go online, because the news is always going to tell you more propaganda.
Yeah.
Try to go online. There are a lot of independent journalists now that are just reporting with their phone.
Shout out the New York Post.
The New York Post.
Shout out the New York Post. Guys, listen. Just use your brain, right? Just use your brain a little bit. Think. Don't have people tell you what to think. Think with your own brain,
Right.
and you'll start to see what's really going on in front of you. Honestly,
Pray and
that's
search
what you
your
need to
feelings.
do.
You need to have
search your
discernment.
feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect,
Search your
Coach.
feelings.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Yeah.
That's the perfect way to do it. Well, Coach, another great episode. Guys, we'll be back same time, same place next week. Hopefully, YouTube will work the whole time. We won't have any stress going into it. Follow the socials. I'm pointing at it right here, right? Make sure you guys are following our social media accounts. Catch all our shorts throughout the week. Catch all the information that we put out there. And we will see you guys next week, same time, same place. I want to finish off with the video we were going to finish off with to start the show. We'll finish it off here, so we'll end it after this. Guys, thank you so
Sleep
much
on
for
this,
everybody turning
Democrats.
out, and we'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Giants on next 4 o'clock. Exciting Whites. We'll see you guys next week.
And video number 1.
And video number 1. We'll finish it off with that. Have a great night, everybody.
You say, please, it's too much.
I'm a winner. I'm going to win.
That's my job. That's what I do.
It's just my nature.
Are you not entertained? I'm going to show you how great I am.
You play to win the game.
Here's the situation.
I'm the best there is, plain and simple.
You can't handle the truth. It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal.
That's how winning is done.
Not worth winning if you can't win.
That flipped this switch in me where I was like, okay, you, watch this.
The show goes on.
What the?
Who do you think you are? I am.
Kind of a big deal.
Winning's winning.
Ben,
Noggin.
Winners focus on winner.
My boy's wicked smart.